Now it's time to take this door panel off and show you guys how to replace the speaker in this and take the door panel off successfully so that you don't do any damage or anything like that. It is a little bit different than the older models, but not too much different, right, Fernando?
That is correct. As did mention, this door is a little bit different than the previous one. Typically, on the other one, you gotta remove this trim panel and it's 2.7mm behind this. Luckily for us, this one is not the case. As you see here, under the door handle, it has this panel. Now, most people, what they do is grab a really thick plastic panel and start prying out. Now, the problem is you damage the whole entire plastic. For me, what works, grab my metal thin pry tool and start right here on the top. The reason why on the top, because next to it, that's the clip. If you start in the bottom, that's what holds the plastic, so you're gonna damage the whole thing. You're gonna make some dents on the plastic, and we don't wanna do that. So start on the top, right? So we're gonna go like this, and we're just gonna go little. Then grab your plastic pry tool, and that's it. Now, as soon as you move it, grab the metal one and go from the top. And it's a little bit tricky, but then it comes out. Now, the funny part for me, it's Ford made these panels that typically they have, as you see right here, a groove that you can actually grab your pry tool and pry. But in this part, it's all the way in the inside. So it doesn't serve a purpose. Now remove the 2.7mm. Again, grab your pry tool and start from the top and work your way around. It's another 7mm. Across the bottom of the door, we have 2.7mm. Typically you're like, okay, I'm done. There's no screws in this side. Except in this reflector, is not a light, it's just the reflector one. It's a screw right behind it. So always pay attention of that. If you start from the top, it has the clip, so we're always gonna start from the top and slowly, okay? If you start from the bottom, you're gonna break it, and that's not gonna go back in. Remove the 7mm. This is all our screws. Start from this corner right here. You don't have to go crazy, you see? Now just go around. Now from here, grab both sides and just wiggle up. First thing we have to unplug is the front power lock and unlock. Next one is our window switcher and our handle. This is like normal, like the other ones. Press down and then pull, and that comes out. Now the door lock, you squeeze and pull down, and you have the whole thing out. The speaker, it has 4 7mm silver screws. I like to remove my clip first just to be safe. Some people, they try to pull it from the top right here, you see, and it doesn't come out. If you pull it too hard, you're gonna break it. You're gonna start from the bottom a little bit, because it has the same clip that all the panels has. You don't want to break it. All of our screws are in the bin, so we don't have to lose it.
Let's head over to the bench and we'll take a look at this and also all the parts that we're going to use to replace it. Let's take a look at this. This is the factory speaker that we just took out. I mean, we've all kind of seen this one before, I feel. Not necessarily the F150, but just a factory speaker. Plastic baskets that everyone uses now for weight and yeah, all that other fun stuff. The thing that you have to worry about with plastic baskets, but I think most manufacturers have figured out, is gluing this magnet to this basket. You could see the glue, they did an okay job on this one. They have to use a lot of it because what will happen over time is that the magnet will actually just fall off and stick to the inside of the door. We've seen it. It's kind of funny. Treated paper cone, foam surround. Now, the one great thing about a factory speaker is this guy right here. This is the fast ring. So all you guys are like, fast ring, foam with stuff. Factory speakers have been doing this for a very long time. This allows it to come up onto the door and meet up and give you all that luscious sound through the door panel. It is an expensive option with an aftermarket. People don't always do it. I totally understand, but it is worth it to try to get some of that luscious mid bass into the car. What we'll be using to replace this is these guys right here. This is the Metra 725602. These are our speaker harnesses that will go in. It is a 4-pin. Sometimes there's tweeters located in the door and they actually loop it through the mid-range and up. This gives you the ability to do that, as well as if you want to get crazy, you can remove the excess stuff you're not using, but it matches into theirs and will allow us to just plug into our speakers, leaving the factory plug in place. One of the reasons why we do this on the newer vehicles, as opposed to if you've ever seen a video where we didn't do it on some of them, is, well, for one, these have gotten a little better, and two, we only do it on cars where this is located on the inside of the vehicle, not down here where it's going to get wet and corroded. If it is here, we have to move it out of the door. I don't like putting these in where there is water. I still don't trust them enough to do that. Bracket wise, we'll be using the Pack Audio FSB 1501. This is their universal adapter for the Ford speakers, where it comes with a 6.5, and then you can break this line out if you wanted to do a 6x9. These tabs here are designed to be removed. Grab a pair of pliers and just pull up. This is if for some reason you decided you wanted to put a 5.25 or a really small 6-inch in the door. These will be your screw provisions for that. And there you have it, your bracket. You're gonna have to add some foam around here, around the backside. It doesn't come with it, but then your speaker will drop into place. Anytime you're using some form of a bracket adapter like this, the one thing that you have to pay the most attention to is how thick is this bracket, meaning compared to the original, how much room is this going to take up. In some cases you may have to get tricky with one of these, and if your speaker is going to stick out too far, you can mount it from the back side like this, which will help you save some of that room and allow the speaker to go into the door a little bit further if there is room to do that. In other cases it'll fit perfectly fine on the top right here. If you decide you want to do fast rings or something like that, even though you bought a set of 6.5s, get a set of 6x9 fast rings. You want to go around this outside area here, not this area. And the reason for that is typically the door panel is manufactured with that in mind, and that they'll have a ring on the actual door panel that this is going to marry up to, and it will go and line up with this piece of foam here. And if you had a 6.5 in the center, it defeats the purpose of what they've already done. I'm gonna get these over to Fernando so he can get them into the door.
And just like that, the speaker is mounted on the place. So we put the foam on the back of the bracket, foam on the front of the bracket. Also, we add the trim just like the factory. One of the things, we have the factory plugs. I like to put a zip tie on it so it's not just bouncing around and just making those weird noises. Now put the door panel in reverse order and you're good to go.